Well, with 6 new seats on its electoral map and voters with a history of being swingers at the box office, British Columbia is in play and could be crowning the election winner on October 19th. There are now 20 Conservatives, 12 NDP, 2 Liberals, and 1 Green Party seat on the West Coast. Let's find out if a mood shift is happening. Richard Johnston is a political science professor at the University of British Columbia, and he joins us via FaceTime. All right, Professor, NDP and Liberal tours in your fair province today. Are they smelling Conservative blood on the left coast?
Yes. The Conservatives are definitely back on their heels. They're kind of retreating to their strongholds in the interior and the north, away from the coast.
Who's going to step in and take over where the Conservatives are in erosion?
Mostly the NDP. I mean, you have to remember that historically this has been one of the strongest NDP provinces in the country. They had a majority of the seats as recently as the 80s, and it looks like they're going to do that again. They could come close to doubling their seat total.
What's causing the backlash against the Conservatives, Professor?
Well, some of it's the same as anywhere else, right? I mean, the Conservatives are kind of down across the board. I would say there's 2 additional things in this metropolitan area, at least. One is that Vancouver has been at war with Ottawa over a lot of criminal justice issues. For example, the Insight Clinic downtown with the needle exchange.
Right.
And then the other special thing is environmental. BC is not uniformly environmentalist, but it is more so than most places. Excuse me. Pardon me. And in the metropolitan area and around the island, there's a worry about tanker traffic. There is a lot of anger about cutbacks to the Coast Guard and to rescue services. This runs completely against the grain of the prospect of increased tanker traffic. Kinder Morgan is a flashpoint, and indeed a flashpoint that Elizabeth may actually use against the NDP.
I was going to bring that up with you because when you think of BC, you think of environmentalism and things like a price on carbon, or carbon tax, if you will. Does Elizabeth May have a shot at further breakthrough? She's only got 1 seat there now.
Personally, I'm skeptical. I think that in BC, as in Quebec, the emphasis is on polarization and on doing what is necessary to defeat Mr. Harper. He is, if the Leger poll the other week is any indication, he is as unpopular here as in Quebec. So that would be bad news for her. She might push at Murray Rankin in Oak Bay, but I'm skeptical that he's really at risk. And there's an ironic possibility that the harder that she pushes on Tom Mulcair, the less he might be vulnerable to accusations of hostility to resource development, because that's the other side of the BC coin.
I guess we have to try and get a reality check on this, because as you can see, Ottawa's consumed with the Duffy trial. Is the trial having any impact in the real world out there on Harper's leadership brand?
Of course, he's already at a low ebb relative to the rest of the country. It's not clear that he can go much lower, but certainly the trial, I think, is having the same sort of impact, whatever that is, here as elsewhere. It's not good news for the Prime Minister.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's going to get worse apparently tomorrow with this new Chief of Staff revelation. All right, Professor, thanks very much. Appreciate you joining us.
You're welcome.
After the